Hey guys, and welcome to Tundra Takeover! It's January, and we are about to crown, later on tonight, we are going to crown the number one contenders for both the Undisputed Champion of Champions and the Undisputed Women's Champions to see who's facing Alex Young and Youngblood at Rosebuds and Deathwishes. But first off, we're kicking off with a hot triple threat match for the Women's World Championship. Dakota Kai has been freshly traded over to defendants back on January 1st in a blockbuster trade involving Youngblood, Ellen Knight, and Young Ace, all changing brands. And Dakota Kai herself, of course. When Dakota Kai dropped the Women's World Champion at New Year's Bash by a Money in the Bank cash-in. So this match here has a lot of hatred between it. It's a three-way hatred here. Here's the long story short. Cora Jade failed to cash in against Dakota Kai on NRT at the beginning of December. And then she lost her Money in the Bank briefcase to Eli Punk at New Year's Bash in the second match of the night, with Cora Jade put the briefcase on the line and Eli Punk won the briefcase. And then 20 minutes later, Eli Punk cashes in said Money in the Bank briefcase on Dakota Kai to become the new Women's World Champion. And that's basically how we're in this three-way incident. Cora Jade believes she is deserved the Women's World Champion because it was her Money in the Bank briefcase that cashed in on to become said champion. And Dakota Kai wants the title back, which is just, I mean, it's fair. She wants the title back because she thinks she got robbed. Yeah, I mean, fair. Io Sky, which Io Sky in this whole situation is laughing her way to the bank because Io Sky was facing Dakota Kai at New Year's Bash, and obviously she didn't become champion. But Io Sky found herself in a much better situation, and that is being in the main event tonight in the Women's Tundra Takeover match, where she has the possibility to become the number one contender for the Undisputed Women's Champion. But in order to become the number one contender for the Undisputed Women's Champion, she has to defeat Rhea Ripley, Young Ace, Zoe Stark, and Blair Davenport all in one night. And she needs to get 2 falls because as we get later on in the night to the men's takeover match, which will happen before the women's, I'll explain the rules of the Tundra Takeover match. But first, we have a triple threat match to take care of, and Eli Punk is showing off the refreshed look for the Women's World Champion. As it looks like there's more silver on the championship. Eli Punk rocking her new look along with the champion. She debuted this year at New Year's Bash, where she picked her moment and didn't even because she had until Labor Day weekend of 2024 to cash in said briefcase. She said, "Screw it, it's been long enough. I'm cashing the briefcase tonight." So she did. Not even tonight. Fully 20 minutes later. And there's the Women's World Champion. This match is not just your ordinary triple threat match. No, it's a triple threat elimination match. So therefore it kind of favors Eli Punk in a way. Sort of. Because she doesn't need to worry about being pinned as much, because if Dakota Kai pins Cora Jade, for instance, Cora Jade becomes eliminated, then it becomes a one-on-one match, which makes it a lot easier for Eli Punk, of sorts. But Dakota Kai and Cora Jade, for obvious reasons, turning the focus towards Eli Punk, because if you knock down Punk and knock out Punk early in this matchup, you're obviously going to get a new champion. And a lot of pressure is riding on Eli Punk in this one, if you really think about it, because NRT decided to give defendants to former Women's World Champion Dakota Kai to get Yannis, which, I mean, fair. You kind of want Yannis on your brand because, for obvious reasons, obvious. But, so they gave up Dakota Kai, and Cora Jade already a member of Defendants. So Eli Punk's the only member of NRT in this matchup. So Eli Punk loses this match, and loses the Women's World Champion. NRT is back in a situation where they have no Women's Champion. It's last month, or for like 2 days of last month, it was Defendants' problem where they had no Women's Champion. Then Defendants forced to trade to get Youngblood, and then that just put the whole trade happen there. They end up balancing the beans. So Eli Punk, we're getting closer to that 1 year mark for Eli Punk. This is probably the biggest match in her career. Not only is it her first singles title defense ever, but also she has an entire brand carrying on her right now. And a quick cover here to eliminate Cora Jade, and no, Jade kicks it a 1. So if Punk loses, Lita and NRT are screwed. Because they'll be forced to do a trade to recapture the Women's World Champion, or a Women's Champion of that matter. But if Cora Jade wins the champion, it becomes the first singles title for Cora Jade. Because it was in the finals for the US title, but she didn't win it. And a 2-1 face buster by Eli Punk to eliminate Dakota Kai. 1, 2, and Kai kicks out at 2. Cora Jade is a chair to want to change the tide of this match. Eli Punk is steamrolling in this one. Getting control, and, was getting control. And then Cora Jade goes against her former friend and gets her a stun across the top rope. And a Bulldog and Bakai. Punk's back in this one. And a double axe handle to the upper neck area of Cora Jade. Punk staying in this one. But knocking down Dakota Kai in the corner, drop kick, but Jade's right there with the chair. Attacking the head. It's getting all of aggression out on Eli Punk for what she believes stealing the briefcase, even though Cora Jade agreed to the match, because Punk laid out the challenge and Cora Jade accepted to put her briefcase on the line. So this whole kerfluffle is Cora Jade's fault. Eli Punk would not be world champion if Cora Jade did not accept that matchup. Attack from behind. Eli Punk using the triple threat rules to her advantage. Was using triple threat rules to her advantage. And now it becomes a 2-on-1 against the champ. And Punk gets thrown to the outside. If I were a submission hold by Dakota Kai, if I was Eli Punk, I would let Dakota Kai and Cora Jade just go at it. And let those two rip each other to pieces. And then it becomes a 1-on-1 match, which favors Eli Punk. Because Eli Punk has had plenty of 1-on-1 matches over the last year-ish. Because there's not been a full year of her career yet. But she's had plenty of 1-on-1 matches. Also quite a few tag team matches. But this is her first multi-man match of her career. Minus some of the main catching, because that wasn't... Yes, it's an official match, but also at the same time, it was probably no more than 5 minutes. So... probably no more than 3. It was very, very quick. Punk came in, threw Kaya out of the ring, and then Punk Revolution! A Revolution Punk cover on Kai. 1, 2, no! Dakota Kai stays in it. And she's looking to recapture the Women's World Champion and become the first ever 2-time Women's World Champion. And a face crusher there by Eli Punk to Jade. And a back slam Dakota Kai was taking a few minutes to recover from the Revolution Punk. Kai looking to finish Eli Punk, and with a chiropractor! Cover on Punk to eliminate the champion. 1, 2, and Punk stays in it! Eli Punk keeping NRT alive. And Dakota Kai is getting frustrated because she wants to make history. Cora Jade ducking under and taking advantage of Dakota Kai's frustrations as Kai's lost focus of this matchup. And Kai is just watching the roll up by Punk. 1, 2, and Cora Jade stays in it. Another chiropractor to put two of them now on Eli Punk to eliminate the champion. 1, 2, and Kai stays! And Kai cannot put away Eli Punk. Punk somehow finds a way to stay in this match. Finding the resilience to stay in it. If anything, if Punk finds a way, finds a miracle to win this matchup, it's going to prove prove all the haters wrong, that she deserves to be on top of our women's division. And Dakota Kai going after the shin kick there to Eli Punk, going for the mushroom stop to the chest. Jade's outside, reconsidering her thoughts of agreeing to the match in Nearest Bash, perhaps. And Jade avoiding Dakota Kai, because Kai has that chair and just chasing all around the ring with it, or the arena. And a Luther's press to Cora Jade by Eli Punk. Kai just trying to find Eli Punk or someone to hit here, with a snap suplex there into Eli Punk. It's Dakota Kai perhaps looking for the chair again, but instead takes the long way around to get the Cora Jade, and she heads back into the ring. Cora Jade now in the ring with Dakota Kai. Eli Punk just taking a minute to breathe here, as Dakota Kai is using the chair on Cora Jade. Kai just taunting Punk's, threatening her to come into the ring to eat some of the steel that she had in her hand before she dropped it in. Going for the cover now. 1, 2, and Jade stays in it. Punk's taking advantage of it, distracting Dakota Kai, and a Revolution Punk cover on Dakota Kai. 1, 2, 3, Dakota Kai has been eliminated. We are down to 2. Former friends to bitter rivals. This is how it all started between Cora Jade and Eli Punk. It all started between these two, and it's looking to end between these two. It's either going to be Eli Punk or Cora Jade walking out of Tundra Takeover as your Women's World Champion. Is it going to be Cora Jade bringing the champion over to defendants, or Eli Punk bringing the championship over to NRT, or back to NRT? Who is going to walk out as champion? Right now, looks like Cora Jade might be doing that 1, 2, but Eli Punk kicks out of 1. She stays in this then. She has all of NRT riding on her here. She cannot lose this match. And swinging neck breaker there. Neck break face crusher. And a DDT! Eli Punk cover. 1, 2, and Eli Punk stays in it. She's a 2 chiropractors and a double hook DDT, and she's still in this matchup. Somehow, Eli Punk has found a way to stay in this match. I don't know what's in her, but she must have ate her vitamins or instead of prayers or something, because she is finding a miracle. She debuted in April. Here she is kicking off Tundra Takeover as the champion. when we all thought in April that she's going to take a long way to get to the world champion, here she is, eliminated Dakota Kai, two chiropractors, which helped Dakota Kai become women's world champion in the first place. Well, first NXT women's champion, then women's world champion in the first place, and a double hook DDT, and now doing a giant suplex on Cora Jade onto the steel chair. Still find a way to stay in this then. Eli Punk, calm Cora Jade perhaps. And she's going for the revolution. Punk, cover, middle of the ring for Cora Jade. 1, 2, 3, and still the women's world champion, Eli Punk. She finds a miracle and she stays in this thing. Eli Punk is still the women's world champion and walking back to NRT and defy the odds. And walking back to NRT still as women's champion. Here we go, the men's Tundra Takeover match where the rules are quite simple. It's a 2 out of 3 fall. It's a 5 men. 2 out of 3 falls count anywhere with a 25-minute time limit. So the one with the most falls at the end of the time limit, if it gets to that, will be crowned the number 1 contender for the Undisputed Champion of Champions. We're going to face Alex Young at Rosebuds and Deathwishes next month. Or if the first 1 to 2 falls, we'll face Alex Young next month. And if the possibility of a draw does occur, if like it's the 1% chance that the possibility happens, where a draw does happen, the people that drew will face each other tomorrow on defendants. Doesn't matter if the 2 NXT superstars or 2 defendant superstars. It does not matter. They will face off tomorrow on defendants. But that's like only like a 0.2% chance of happening. Let's be honest, it's 25 minutes. You have 5 men who are hungry for a championship. And especially you have Gamer, who just came out before Kenny Omega here. You have Gamer, who main evented WrestleMania back in September and got his ass kicked by Alex Young. Let's be honest. He got his ass... He fought his way since 2016 to main event of WrestleMania and get a shot at the Undisputed Champion of Champions and got his ass kicked. So you know he wants a second opportunity to prove he belongs and he's not going to get his ass kicked the second time. And then here we have also another goddamn tag title to his name. And on the other hand, we have Kenny Omega here, who has a very long history with Alex Young, which some might think he is the favorite to win this event, especially after defeating Roman Reigns last Tuesday, and has defeated Alex Young before by a one-winner Ancient Three Flaming Table. And yes, I'm not going to forget that, because that is a very, very good finish to a 5-way matchup. So, and also, Kenny Omega is the only man in this matchup who's ever competed in a 5-way matchup before and has won. So the odds are in his favor. Here we have LA Knight, who some could consider not exactly the favorite to win this event, but like one of the possibilities to win this thing, because he defeated. Because he was the second man to qualify, and he defeated Cody Rhodes 2 weeks ago on Wednesday, on a live event, where he put a screeching halt to Cody Rhodes finishing his story, as Cody Rhodes still has to go some way, but also Rhodes also his history with Alex Young. JD McDonagh had himself a very interesting 2023 and is looking to make 2024 even better. Because his 2023 ended up turning better than what probably most expected, where he ended up winning the skill champion from Matt Connors, even though Matt Connors had pinned him clean in the ring back at Retaliation. And then him and Matt Connors having probably match of the year, let's be honest, against each other in a TLC match at WrestleMania, which go ahead and watch that. It's trust me, it's worth the watch. I'm not gonna spoil it. I mean, I probably can't spoil it because I'm going to mention that later in the next match. But watch the match. It's very good. And JD McDonagh wants to add Undisputed Champion of Champions to his name, and also the first ever Tundra Takeover winner. And this man here, John Gargano, is no stranger to making history. John Gargano has several things to his name. He is a former Defendants World Champion. Like minus his WWE stuff. He is a former Defendants World Champion. He got his body torn in half by a spear by Edge and lost title then. I had himself a pretty up and down in 2023. And by putting hopefully an end to his feud with Randy Orton last Saturday, he wants to make history and become the first ever men's Tundra Takeover winner. And here we go. 2 out of 3 falls. First annual 25-minute time limit. Basically the first 1 to 2 falls, which is the more likely route, will become the #1 contender for the Undisputed Champion of Champions and will face Alex Young next month at Rosebuds and Deathwishes. So we have a lot of action here. We have JD McDonagh, we have Damo going after LA Knight, and a Death Valley Driver. We're only like 30 seconds into this match and we already have a Death Valley Driver. Okay, we're starting to kick things off hot. But with a mix of Defendants and NRT superstars, as if we go by it. So if we go, Damo looking to steal a pinfall early. But Kenny Omega kicks out. We have 3 Defendant superstars going for the cover. The Broke and Gargano almost stole a quick pinfall there. There's Kanuka Driver by Kenny Omega, and he is fired up. You have Kenny Omega, Gable, and JD McDonagh representing Defendants, and LA Knight and Johnny Gargano representing NRT. Okay? Kenny Omega, look at the trigger! Against LA Knight. Looking to get a fall very early in this one is Kenny Omega. But JD McDonagh looking to get extreme early by grabbing a table. McDonagh and Gamo going out on the outside. Gamo was the only one in this match who has history with or has ended this match with gold, and has history with Alex Young within the last few months. Because last time Kenny Omega fought Alex Young was last April at the final showcase. Gargano. The roll up there by Gamo. 1. And Omega kicks out of it. Last time Kenny Omega fought Alex Young was in the triple threat match of the final showcase April 7th last year, 2023. Yeah, it's 2023. It feels like ages ago, but well, with Alex Young ended up becoming the first ever Undisputed Champion, which is before it was just Champion of Champions, by merging the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, the TNA World Champion, and going for the DDT. Game on, looking to put away LNA perhaps. Nope, instead turning his focus over to Gargano, taking on the win, going for the cover, just get the victory. 1, 2, 3, Daniel picks up the fall. Just under 22 minutes. So, just under 8 minutes I am. It's going to take me a while to get used to time counting down, not counting up. Just under 8 minutes in this match, and we already have a first pinfall with Gamer picking up the first one. The cover on the outside on Kenny Omega, and Omega kicks out before the 1 count. We have ourselves a match now. It's a pure Gamer right now. One of the strategies you can think of is finding a way, maybe not, going for the cover on Gamer. What? And Gargano breaks up the pin. Is to possibly find a way to just kill the next 21 minutes. Because if he can kill the next 21 minutes without any of the other 4 competitors scoring a fall, he automatically gets it because he's the only one to score a fall. But again, those odds are very, very, very slim to happen. Because you need to kill about 40 minutes and 40 seconds and not allow Kenny Omega, LA Knight, JD McDonagh, and John Gargano to pick up a fall. Especially Kenny Omega here, because Omega's, let's be honest, is going to be the one. It's going to be the hard one to pin down here. It seems like LA Knight and Kenny Omega have kind of the same idea, but throw Irish whipping their opponents to the other sides of the win, and Omega turned his focus to LA Knight, slamming him to the outside. Omega looking for a pinfall on the outside. As far as can anywhere. 1, 2, and LA Knight kicks out. 20 minutes remain. Oh, sorry. Now 20 minutes remain in this matchup, where the only pinfall goes to Gamer at the moment. By pinning LA Knight with a DDT and maybe looking to put him away a second time, but Gargano looking to use the kendo stick to give himself a pinfall, but Omega kicks out of it. And Johnny brings Omega back into the ring here. And a knee drop to the face of LA Knight in the ring. And a DDT over to Kenny Omega. Looking for the cover and trying to stop him from rolling out. Cover now. 1. And JD McDonagh breaks it up and Gargano grabs a ladder. What are you going to do with a ladder in this matchup? And it was like Gamer had JD McDonagh scouted. And Gamer gets thrown to the outside, but Omega wants this match back against Alex Young. He's never had a one-on-one match with Alex Young since Revolution back in February of 2023. And Gargano escaped on Kenny Omega, and Omega gets out of it very quickly. So if Kenny Omega wins this match and becomes number contender, it will be just over 1 year since the last Kenny Omega versus Alex Young one-on-one match. Which says a lot, because these two competed quite a bit since then. The table has been back to being introduced in a 1-1 ending to JD McDonagh, but the pinfall could not connect, and a neckbreaker suplex into the ladder into John Gargano, and LA Knight stopping JD McDonagh from picking up a fall there on the outside. Gamer seems to have something in mind here with a ladder and a table into the ring. Perhaps he has something in mind? Who knows? JD McDonagh with an abdominal stretch onto LA Knight, going to use the submission to pick up a fall here, which is a unique, which is not only unique, but like a strange strategy to pick up a fall with time as your enemy. LA Knight trying to pick up a fall here. could not connect or could not get a Kenny Omega. Broke out the pin. With, as I was saying, with time issue, the enemy, and also you got three other competitors looking to break up the pit or looking to beat you and break up that pin or submission or whatever. So the easiest route to go at this would probably be a submission hold. But Gamer could not connect with a springboard maneuver. And going for the Gargano escape on Gamer in the middle of the ring. There is no rope breaks. And everyone else is on the outside, so Gamer has to find his own way out of this thing. But JD McDonagh just quickly gets into the ring and breaks up the Gargano escape onto Gamer. Gargano going for the snake eyes on the middle rope into JD McDonagh. And a one, win it, Angel, cover, 1, 2, 3, and Gargano has picked up a fall over JD McDonagh. So the score is now tied 1-1. Gargano 1, Gamer 1. As I mentioned earlier, if this match ends after 16 minutes and 10 seconds, end up going down, like out, and the only ones with the fall is Gamer and Gargano, then tomorrow on Defendants, it will be those two one-on-one to figure out who is facing Alex Young and Rosebuds and Deathwishes. But again, that's still at the moment 15 minutes and 50 seconds. So anything can happen here. Cover by LA Knight. 1, 2, 3. LA Knight is picked up a 4. There's now a 3 men with a 4. Game on Gargano and Knight. Gargano taken out Kenny Omega, but Gamer is all alone in the ring with JD McDonagh. Brought under the table in the corner. And face first to the table! Call him up perhaps. And then DDT. And Johnny was looking for the Gargano escape, but could not get it. As Omega had a scouted. Cover 1, 2, 3, and Kenny Omega was not fast enough, and we're getting a WrestleMania rematch next month at Rosebuds and Deathwishes. It is January for this Alex Young for the Undisputed Champion of Champions 2. This match main event is night 2 or day 2 of WrestleMania back in September, and we are getting part 2 of that match. Gamer gets his wish as he is heading to Rosebuds and Deathwishes to face Alex Young for the Undisputed Champion of Champions. So we have a blockbuster match locked in next month. But speaking of blockbusters, we have the defending world champion on the line. And it is a rematch from New Year's Bash. It's Damian Priest is looking to get his championship back from Matt Connors. As Matt Connors defeated Damian Priest last month to become the new defending world champion. I didn't have to say that, but I think if you haven't watched New Year's Bash and haven't watched Defendants, I kind of had to say that. But Damian Priest won the championship back in October at Orange Marshall by defeating Edge, the Rated Superstar, and Damian Priest had through the first half, really the first 9 months. For the first 8 months of 2023, Damian Priest hasn't really done much on the channel. But for the last 4 months, ever since the draft, Damian Priest made himself a main eventer and a well-known name across Defendants. Also, he had the help of Judgment Day, but that doesn't really matter because in the first weekend, or within the first few weeks since the draft, Damian Priest nearly pinned John Cena, defeated John Cena and Edge in a tag team match, and then defeated Edge at Honest Match to become the defending world champion. Which, I mean, that's a pretty good few weeks there for Damian Priest. And then he went to Inferno, and then he main evented Inferno War, as it was Judgment Day versus the CWO. That's really kicked into the gear of CWO for Judgment Day into like fifth gear. These two teams despise each other. And if you watch the tag team match for the defending tag team champions when Gamer and AJ Danger took on Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio, if you're a Dominic Mysterio fan, I do not recommend watching that match. If you hate Dominic Mysterio with everything in your body, go watch that match. I think that's all I should say on that, because it basically explains the match. We also had Matt Carnos becoming the first ever member of the CWO to become a two-time world champion, and the first one across the entire channel to win the NLT World Champion and the Defenders World Champion. And Matt Carnos was the first one off the CWO to become a Grand Slam champion, but he's also the first one ever to win both the Defenders World Champion and the NLT World Champion. Matt Carnos is slowly making history here. All Matt Carnos needs to do is win a second tag title, not with the Freebird rule. I mean, like, with him and someone else as tag team champions. If he does that, he'll become he'll become a two-time Grand Slam champion. AJ Danger, Alex Young, and Young Ace are all close to becoming Grand Slam champions. Alex Young needs to win the skill champion and a poison Rana right out of the way from explosive Matt Carnage to open up this matchup, and he is taking out all frustration and making sure he is holding on to that champion. And using the word explosive in his name to the literal max here. The cover to pick up the win early. Very early. And Priest kicks it out at 2. What do you want to this match just kicked off. Priest is already kicking off at 2. This is not looking good for Damian Priest. Priest now changing the titles early, but Matt Carnos says otherwise. Going for a springboard. And handstand kick to the face? I don't know the exact name of these things. And a sidewalk slam there, but Damian Priest killing all momentum perhaps for Matt Carnos. It's going into New Year's Bash. Some people were saying it was a David vs. Goliath match. Well, it's not. It is, but it's not. Because it is, because with like the size wise. But as you look through the history of like the championship titles and big matches wise, it's not. Damian Priest trying to find a way to slow down Matt Carnos because he's called explosive Matt Carnos for a reason. Because out of the CWO, he is the fastest one, and he uses his quickness to his advantage. And you must think, between his quickness and Nathan Fraser's quickness, that is a dream match that has to happen sometime down the line. The only problem is, one's in Defendants, one's in NRT. I mean, a trade can happen at any moment. Or live event, but Connor's almost lost title there. Priest. I mean, there's also live events where defendants can face off against NRT, as with live events, the brands don't matter. Gargano with a big kick to the face, jumping kick to the face, takes out Damian Priest, going for a springboard, no head to the top rope here. And a shotgun drop kick over the top rope, knocks down Damian Priest. go for the spreadboard, but couldn't connect as he was just inches off Damon Priest. Priest using his kicks and his motion load background to knock down Matt Connors to win back the defenders world champion. One, but Connors kicks back at it. Kicks out and stays in this matchup. Damon Priest looking for the Razor's Edge. Gives him up. There's the crucifix. And flattens Matt Connors. Connors with the roll up from out of nowhere. 1, 2, almost a 3 count. And almost stole away the match right out of Damon Priest's eyes. With them chops to the chest there, Matt Connors trying to use some strikes to weak down the body of Damon Priest. Connors calling Priest up, calling him up. We know what this means. Connors is going flying over the top rope, and it connects onto Damon Priest. And we are back on the outside. It's not like we've seen enough of this in the last match, but we're back on the outside with Connors and Damon Priest. And Priest gets almost thrown to the ring steps without the invisible wall stopping him from hitting the steps. Instead, he hits the ring, and Priest, with a big boot, knocks down Matt Connors. And Priest is trying to find a way to get some kind of momentum going here, because every time he gets something going, Matt Connors uses his explosiveness to step back in this one. Going up, Priest for Springboard perhaps, and a Springboard up the top rope and a swinging neckbreaker. Connects, going for the cover. 1, 2, and Priest kicks out of 2. There's been a lot of covers in this matchup. A lot of covers. Priest, the strong right jab to the face. And now Connors with some more jabs. And taking the momentum back in his corner. Ducks under. And Priest going in the going with a hip toss and then a standing moonsault over to Damon Priest. But Priest with a big knee to the face takes down Matt Connors temporarily. And a step up Superman punch to Matt. And you've got to be kidding me. It's Finn Balor here to distract Matt Connors. Every time there's been a title match with Damon Priest, going for the South of Heaven, and the South of Heaven connects. Cover. 1, 2, and Connors stays in it. That's exactly how Damon Priest won the Defenders World Champion. Back at Orange Smasher by defeating Edge. He used a distraction by Finn Balor. Going for the Thunder Breaker onto Damon Priest. Looking to finish the exact way he won it back at New Year's Bash. And a 930 connects onto Damon Priest. Cover. 1, 2, 3, and still the Defenders World Champion, explosive Matt Connors. He ended it the exact same way as New Year's Bash. The further breaker into the 930. He copied, pasted it. But Finn Balor nearly costed him. But Matt Connors is still the Defenders World Champion. It is now time for the main event of the evening. The women's Tundra Takeover match. And where the winner will face Youngblood at Rosebuds and Deathwishes for the Undisputed Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley was the first one to qualify for this match, where she defeated Asuka back on January 1st, opening up the year on the channel and making an impact as she ended 2023. She ended 2023 with a phone call from Damien Priest, and he was trying to explain to Rhea Ripley how they lost all the gold in one night. The Intercontinental Champion, the Defenders Tag Team Champions, and the defendant's world champion all in one night. And Rhea Ripley was obviously not very pleased with that, so she's hoping to bring matters into her own hands and restart the flame that ignited Judgment Day with control and defendants. But before they do all that, Rhea Ripley has a big task ahead of her as she has to, one, win this Tundra Takeover match. As we've seen Gamer do it earlier in the night, now it's the women's chance to showcase the same thing. Same rules apply, 2 out of 3 falls, first can anywhere, with a 25-minute time limit. The first one to reach 2 falls will become the number 1 contender. And this, Young Ace, also known as the Golden Ace, being into this match is very, very interesting. Well, I mean, kind of figured she's going to be in this match, considering it's with the chance we could have a New Year's Bash rematch potentially next month would be very interesting, because Young Ace and Youngblood, that entire feud does not seem like it's reached its peak or its end. It's heading into New Year's Bash. Youngblood and Ace destroyed each other, and even destroyed each other even more at New Year's Bash, and somehow the arena didn't fall to crumbles. But if you were in Young Ace's shoes or boots, you would be demanding a rematch. And unfortunately for Young Ace, she has to, in order to get that rematch, she had to qualify for this match, and then win the match, which is already a tough task there, considering her qualifying match was against Alba Fire. And now she's here, where she has Rhea Ripley on one side, a former SmackDown Women's Champion. You have Io Sky instead of this match, who's coming out now, a former Raw Women's Champion. Then you have Zoe Stark, which those two are long history. And then you have Blair Davenport, which Davenport and Ace have only fought once. And Davenport came within milliseconds away from becoming the new Undisputed Champion of Champions. But Young Ace showed everyone why she was the Golden Ace on that night. But tonight, here at Tundra Takeover, it is a completely different stage, completely different arena, different circumstances. No one here is currently holding a championship title, so no one here holds any advantage. All the potential advantages someone could need to win a match in any circumstance goes out the window, because there's no rules in this one. The winner just has to win 2 falls, get 2 pinfalls or 2 submissions into this matchup before the 25-minute time limit and before someone else could get 2 falls. As we've seen Game will qualify, and Kenny Omega came up a bit short as he had trouble going over the stair steps to try to break up the pin from Gamer as he did it on JD McDonagh to get his WrestleMania rematch next month, as it's Alex Young versus Gamer for the Undisputed Champion of Champions. And next month at Rosebuds and Deathwishes, it will be Youngblood's first title defense since winning the championship, and it begins one of these 5 competitors. And Youngblood only has history with one of them. I mean, like a long progressive history, only one of them. She's fought Rhea Ripley inside War Games. There's plenty to go off of with Young Ace. She's fought Zoe Stark and Io Sky last summer into that 8-woman tag team match. And she's never fought Blair one-on-one. She's never fought Zoe Stark one-on-one. Actually, the only person she has fought one-on-one is Yannis, who's in this match. Everyone else she has not fought against. But Zoe Stark's road to become the Undisputed Women's Champion, it takes another speed bump, perhaps. Because she was in the finals. Zoe Stark's road to the Undisputed Champions. The Undisputed Women's Champion for Zoe Stark, it's a bit... She got sidelined in September after getting thrown off this Hell in a Cell by Yannis 3 times. She was placed on the injury reserve list. And then she came back in New Year's Bash, set her sights on for this match to qualify for the Tundra Takeover match to get a chance at the championship. So right now she's at defeat at least 4, and then she gets a chance. And if Zoe Stark loses this match, which she has a 20% chance of winning it, so I mean that leaves 80% chance of losing it. She needs to replan her road to the Undisputed Women's Champion, because it's going to take a lot more than whatever she has planned. Io Sky tried to take a quick pin for earlier, but Ripley broke it up, and now Ripley's going after Blair Davenport, and Io Sky's after Yannis, rolling her up, and double stomp to the chest. And Zoe Stark, very, very wisely, going after Yannis, because Yannis would be the one with the giant target on her back inside this match. She's the only one who has been Undisputed Women's Champion, and has history with every single competitor inside this matchup of some sort. As Ripley and Ace fought one-on-one for the Undisputed Women's Champion back at Artemis Smasher, and Sky looking to steal one, but Zoe kicked out at 1. Yannis going to springboard forearm over to Io Sky and connected. Zoe Stark trying to take a hold over Ripley, but Ripley controlling her dominance here and not allowing anyone to get any sort of momentum over Rhea Ripley. And Io Sky going under the ring to change the tide of this match with a steel chair, and she connects it over Yannis' face. Zoe Stark with a belly to back German suplex. Well, belly to back is and a wheelbarrow face buster onto Blair Davenport by Rhea Ripley. Ripley's calling up Io, perhaps looking for something, but with a pinfall here by Zoe Stark to pick up a fall. And a ripcord knee to the face of Rhea Ripley, and the pin was broken up before the ref even could start counting it. This match is already more chaotic than the men's one was, and a DDT to the outside by Yannis. It's with the men's one. This one, it took a while, but it eventually got going. This one, it started right off the get-go. Yannis to pick up a fall. Ref was trying to figure out what the pin was, and where the hell was he? And a drop kick of face of Yannis and a super kick there to Blair Davenport. Rhea Ripley is taking control on the outside. And another DDT for perhaps, but no! Ripley clothesline Zoe Stark, and Io Sky has a ladder, or she had a ladder. It's the ladder's now inside the ring. An electric facebuster there. Electric chair facebuster by Rhea Ripley, and Yannis picks up the pin, not allowing Rhea Ripley to pick up a fall. An electric chair pinfall, and Yannis picks up the pin, and stopping Davenport for getting the one. And that rolling facebuster over onto Davenport, and Io Sky breaks that fall up. As just pinfall after pinfall attempt, as this is going, as everyone wants a chance to the Undisputed Women's Champion. And wants a shot at Youngblood, which, I mean, yeah. Because Youngblood is now on defendant, so that leaves a different 1, 2, and Ripley almost stole a fall there by roll up on Davenport. As I was saying, Youngblood's now on defendants because of a trade that happened on January 1st, which brings Youngblood into a completely different pool of of competitors. And an electric chair pin, and Davenport almost got one there, but Io Sky broke it up. And Jan Ace missed the suicide cross-body. And with Youngblood being on defendants leads to different type of matchups we haven't seen before as well. And covered by Zoe Stark to steal a win, but Jan Ace breaks that one up. And Rhea Ripley heads to the ladder in the corner, just laughing at everyone, dismantling each other on the outside. Brings Jan Ace to the ladder and she bounces right off of it. Going for a riptide perhaps. And a riptide in the middle of the ring. On Jan Ace cover. Refs choosing not to do the pin here. 1, 2. And this guy breaks up the pin at 2. We're just past the 10-minute mark. And still nobody. So the 15-minute mark. Nope. Not 15. 5-minute mark. There, I can do math. Math's my specialty. Yeah, we just passed the 5-minute, more like 5.5-minute mark now, and no one's acquired a point yet. Davenport and Ripley's inside the ring. Io Sky looking to steal a fall on the outside by the chairs. Not even a 1 count. Davenport was right there to break it up before the ref could start the pin. And Ripley and Ace on the other side of the ring, and going for Red Dragon perhaps, but no. Jan Ace goes for a left tie on Rhea Ripley. That's how she beat her at Artist Master 1. And Rhea Ripley kicked her out of 1. That's exactly how Rhea Ripley lost her championship match at Artist Master against Jan Ace. And Io Sky with a submission lock. It's locked in on Davenport, and Davenport taps out. Io Sky is the first one to score 4. Io Sky just needs to get one more. And then she becomes number 1 contender. 1. Almost a 2 count, but it still was stuck. Broke the pin after Ripley did a riptide there on Io Sky. Ace and Davenport going out in the corner, and Rhea was just throwing riptides all over the place. You get a riptide, you get a riptide, everybody gets a riptide. Jan Ace bringing Zoe Stark back in the ring. The target is now off of Jan Ace and onto Io Sky. Because if somebody loses track of Io Sky for just a few minutes, she'll be heading to Rosebuds and Deathwishes and competing. A cover on the outside. 1, 2. No, Davenport almost got a 2 count there on Io Sky. But Ripley said otherwise. And a swinging neck breaker and a flatliner inside the ring. Davenport and Ripley going out the outside as Jan Ace and Zoe Stark on the inside. And a ground and pound to the face of Zoe Stark, and an electric chair face buster over to Davenport. Io Sky just taunting and just trying to take a moment to recuperate. With a sledgehammer now to Davenport by Sky. Sky's using the weapon sword advantage and go for a riptide on the outside. And a riptide to Io Sky. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley now has a point. 1, 2, 3. After a C360 onto Jan Ace. Zoe Stark now has a fall as well. Newest seconds after Rhea Ripley. So that now leaves 2 times between those few that Zoe Stark has pinned Jan Ace. I mean, out of the matches they've had, 2 times is not a lot. 3. Davenport now has a point, and she pinned Io Sky. The only one without a fall right now is Jan Ace, which is quite interesting considering the circumstances in this match and the history between Jan Ace and Youngblood, and that chair was just standing straight up on that barricade. What? Okay. Zoe Stark now has the tables. She She's heading to the ring with it, and Yanez, Zoe Stark, and Rhea Ripley all inside the ring with a table and a ladder. Table is set up. Zoe Stark going to the outside. Flo Davenport and Io Sky up in the top right corner. But Ripley has some plans with that table, perhaps. And a superplex on 3 for the table goes Yanez. Zoe Stark making her way over to Io Sky. And with the steps 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley is now the #1 contender for the Undisputed Women's Champion. She is heading to Tundra Takeover as we have a battle of Australia on our hands. It's the Devil versus the Eradicator at Rosebuds and Deathwishes for the Undisputed Women's Champion.